Look alive, fringers.
It's 2099 and we are live and loud in the underground. From the streets to the scar. Keep your chip hidden, your gun loaded, and never trade your soul for souls.
Turn it up and let them know.
Big Brother is watching. Time to put on a show.
Well, we are here, episode 18. We're together. That's all that matters. Bad things are happening out there, but good things are happening. There's a lot of fun content to observe. I was going to say a bunch of it, but now I don't want to. We're here together. That's all that matters. I edited my thing because, glitches. And I just, we glitched it out. It's okay. Pretend that I said it. We'll just do it in post. We are together. We are here to have fun and hang out. So please remember there is no top shelf as we sit back and say hello to our crew who knows to beware the blue wire. First up, hey, this doesn't taste like cappuccino. It's Mallo playing Galen.
There better be soy in that. None of this 2% stuff. It better be soy milk.
Almond. Oat almond buffalo.
What, buffalo makes milk?
Everything makes milk, doesn't it?
Buffalo milk.
I've never milked a buffalo, so I don't know. Our Midwest friends, can you milk a buffalo? Yeah, yet.
There's a bit.
Now we are adding that to the to-do list.
Hello, Google says you can drink buffalo milk, and it is has high nutritional value and can create butter, yogurt, cheese, and ice cream.
Well, there we go.
But not raw.
I wish I had the more you know thing can go over that.
This gets weird. I'm not reading the rest of this.
It gets weird. I think it's already crossed that line.
Listen, there's river water buffaloes and swamp water buffaloes, which means there's the connotation that you can have swamp milk.
That's weird. Yep. Let's move on. Next up, the good news is you'll be completely unparalyzed in about 2 minutes. It's Wild playing Bee.
Oh, there's a 2-minute timer? I should probably make sure that doesn't expire. Hi, guys.
The bad news is that only leaves 5 seconds to defuse the bombs. It's Pete playing Dog.
I'm just thinking about swamp milk. That's my people.
Swamp Milk is the name of our third album.
Old Swamp Milk Jones over here.
Swamp cheese would be stanky dank, though.
Oof. What does the color blue taste like? Bobo knows. I must speak to the dolphins now. It's Lauren playing Drall.
I'm sorry, the dolphins don't want to talk to you right now.
Hi, guys. Liking buffaloes.
Hi. So glad to be here.
And if Da Vinci was alive today, he'd be eating microwave sushi naked in the back of a Cadillac with Eason playing Mox.
That sounds like a dream come true. I'm not gonna lie. Anyone have any sushi?
I would like to point out that I planned that intro before I was aware of tonight's wardrobe choices.
I know.
I just want to point that out to the listener. Especially the podcast listener who doesn't get that visual joke we're doing.
We're naked.
Let the record show that I'm wearing a sushi hoodie.
Nope. Don't explain it. Don't explain it. Make them watch the
My
video.
wiener's on the screen. Tune in on Twitch.
Demonetized.
Or
What
are we?
monetization? Let's talk about some usual housekeeping and get out of this shenanigan circle that we've already started. IDENTECO is live every other Tuesday on twitch.tv/IDENTECO. with episodes of Neon Trails at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. You can see episode archives, how to play videos, and clips over at youtube.com/Identico. Please be sure to subscribe, leave us some comments. Tell us what you think about these amazing shirts that we're seeing in general. And if you are really in our closets watching us prepare for the show. Please follow us on the socials for announcements and news. Look for us at IDENTECO or at Humanoid Games. While you're online, swing over to playidentico.com to take a look at the basic rules for free. Look at the newest module, The Dark and the Divine. Look at books, look at stickers, look at other merch, and just generally support us. There's wonderful free character sheets in a very accessible font. If that is something you need and prefer to use, I love it. I always have it up to look at. If you're live with us right now, man, have fun, because it's going to only get weirder as we go on. Mallo,
you're typecasting us.
I'm just speaking from experience of doing all these episodes with us. I just know what's going to happen.
Challenge accepted. I'm going to be boring as hell.
Ooh, I love it. Mallo, is there anything else you would care to share with us tonight?
Nothing else tonight, but just remember there is, I think, still a sale going on at Drive-Thru RPG where you can get some of our PDFs and everything like that at a discount. So go check that out over there.
Whoa. Alrighty, let us jump into the Wayback Machine and see what happened last time on Neon Trails. There's a lot to go over, so settle down and please pay attention. Ferdy spoke to B and the crew, explaining that the unconscious man tied to a chair in the back room was an acquisition manager from the Cobalt Masquerade. Ferdy used to work for them, but faked their death and escaped long ago. Ferdy further explained that the Masquerade is a group of doomsday preppers who buy up weapons and tech to protect their elite secret society. It was also confirmed that the key fobs and cards with the mannequin's emblem function not only as access keys, but as a way to track rank and reputation within the club. Ferdy said their plan was to return the Masquerade's agent as a warning for the rest of the society to stay away from Solace. The crew headed downstairs to eat and drink to recover from that heavy conversation, while Galen and Ferdy talked more in private. Galen was worried about the coincidences of the Masquerade's presence in Solace now, showing up in the underground silo during the crew's recent supply run, and being part of that original job that brought the crew together. Ferdy said that the Masquerade has agents everywhere looking for new assets. They also said that they're going to call in one last favor to hopefully keep Solace safe. Galen said he also has a few favors left, showing Ferdy an ace card. Ferdy asked Galen to keep an eye on B while they were out of Solace. Down in the bar, the crew got settled when the Paper Boi called to check in on Drall. He had been monitoring the prison via satellite and got concerned when he saw a convoy of dust jockeys roll up. He then came over to the crew, but totally did not rush over since he was so worried and totally chilled the whole time. Drall, Mox, and B showed Paper Boi their footage from inside the prison, and he totally lost his mind. Galen came down to join the post-job celebration, and the crew, specifically Drall, invited Paper Boi to spend time with them whenever he wanted. The next morning, Mercury called Galen. The dust jockey crew emptied the prison of salvage so that no one else in the area could salvage any dangerous tech. The DJs also took the zombies back to their main facility to hopefully provide some help. He also showed Galen a video of his team exploring caves beneath the prison complex. Here they saw that the survivors of the experiments Hicks performed became a cult focused on altering their bodies with cybertech, and that they seemed to follow a, quote, slumbering master. They had left the caves via another tunnel, but the DJs wisely did not follow. Mercury offered Galen an upgrade on the Winnebago and asked that he call with any other needs. Dog and Mox had a touching conversation at home, with Mox being worried that Ferdy's actions could bring danger to Solace and get Dog hurt. Dog comforted Mox by including him in rebuilding whatever strange aircraft or spacecraft he had seen as their escape contingency plan. Lastly, Drall woke up to a message from Paper Boi with a video showing the dust jockeys emptying the prison of all its tech, escorting the zombies into a semi-truck, and transplanting all of the mutant plants. The episode ended just as Paper Boi was typing a reply to Drall. So, Drall, you are sitting there with your glow. You see the little 3 dots of typing. It stops for a second, starts again, stops for a second, starts again. What pops up is, by the way, I hope I'm not bothering you or interrupting you so early.
She sees the response immediately, and she takes her hands off her glow and she wipes them on her pants because they're kind of sweaty. And she responds back with a smile and like a coffee cup. I'm an early riser. It's nice to have the company.
He responds with a little happy face emoji to your message, and then sends another message saying, so it is completely wild to me that the DJs are operating that far out. That feels super suspicious and scary.
She hearts the message and then says, yeah, or they're taking advantage of a situation that was dropped into their lap.
Ooh, that's yeah, probably. And this is, of course, his reply to Drall. So I've got a couple things to wrap up this morning, but do you want to get breakfast?
Yeah, sure. That sounds cool. Send. Oh, happy face. Send. Breakfast burrito. Send.
Thank God it wasn't a thumbs up.
Thank God.
Drall knows better.
The etiquette.
He sends back, cool. How about an hour at the usual spot?
Cool. See you there. Little
bye.
Running leg man. After bye.
So what does Drall do now?
She paces in front of her dirty mirror, and she, hello, yeah, I'd like to order. Do I buy it? Do I let him buy it? Do I buy it separately? Maybe it's not a date. No, I don't think it's a date. She's just overthinking a lot of things for most of the morning. She doesn't even take her like excited walk where she checks in with everybody. She's just talking to herself, and she's kind of like, do I wear this jacket? Do I wear this jacket? This one has the patch I like on this side, but this one makes this side look really cute. Is he going to stand on this side more, or do you think he'll stand on this side more? Well, if I stand him on this side, then he'll be, okay, I'll wear the one on this side.
All right. So
that's the morning. Sorry about that.
That's the morning. So while we are seeing this montage of different outfits and what's going to be best, let's take the camera across Solace. It is late morning, coming up on that 10, 11 o'clock hour. So the city is active with life. There are lots of people out and about shopping, hawking their wares at little hand carts and trucks throughout the city. There are quite a few people working in their like balcony grow labs or standing on their terraces, doing whatever they're doing. People are out. It's a nice day. People are enjoying the weather. This is a typical day in Solace. We will take the camera through the hustle and bustle of the city and swing over to Dog and Mox. So we had a conversation a little bit earlier this morning. What has happened since then?
Is it morning? Or is it after the morning? I gotta know who's up first.
It is after the conversation that occurred.
Right.
Because that was when Mox had spent most of the night awake worrying, and then Dog woke up, and we had that little convo where it was concluded that might take a look at whatever your secret project is.
Right.
So in the interim, between saying that and actually happening, Mox, having been up all night, has fallen asleep on the couch, cigarette in hand, still lit, with Argos just every few seconds nudging an ashtray another centimeter to make sure it's still catching what's falling.
Such a good boy.
Fantastic. All right.
So, yeah, what does Dog do? Where do we find him?
I'm going to kind of sort of my toe just a little nip it a little bit at Mox's leg. Come on.
You do that, and as you tap him, he just immediately spasms, hand going to the pistol. What the fuck do you want? Sorry.
You either had too many of those or not enough.
I can never figure out which it is the problem.
Oh. They're bad for you.
Yeah. Anyway, what were you, you had something?
All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? Listen, this is you and me, between you and me, right? I'm gonna take you, let's go to the shop. I'm gonna show you something. I've been telling you about it. I'm gonna show you something.
Yes, of course. Lead on.
I will do that. The dog will turn an about face and just kind of walk over off to the shop and kind of keep checking a little bit, like nervously, make sure Mox is, falling behind.
After like the third time you check back, Mox just lightly puts his hand on your shoulder.
Is the path back to the workshop like a clear path, or is it a twisty-turny, have to step around the piles of things that has been left in your house kind of path?
The second one, yes. There is a lot of stuff that's piled up. And in Dog's mind, that's just like, it's security, because who's going to wade through that to get to this? They'll be like, oh, what would be in there? But also, that's just kind of Dog's lifestyle as well.
And Dog clearly knows where everything is in the piles.
Yeah. If he needs something, rubber chicken, fourth down from the top. Like, everything's... I know what's in each stack, okay? All right. It's
the best way to stay organized.
Yes. Absolutely. No labels here.
So you get out to the workshop and tell us what we're looking at. What does Mox see as he comes out with you?
Okay. Dog's going to turn to Mox. Remember, this is between us. Don't tell nobody.
And Mox, while giving a very grave nod, just takes his hand and covers Argos's eyes.
I think he's okay. I mean, sworn to secrecy, Argos. And I'll do a little. Adam. The bro code.
Raises a paw in response.
Okay. All right. Don't break it. Don't break that promise. All right. It's a big deal. I'm going to reach around the corner and turn on the light switch. And it'll flickers to turn the light on. And what you'll see is a football-shaped piece of metal, about 12 feet long, wide, whatever. Very shiny, with a little nipple on the top middle of it. Very reflective.
And as we walk in, what expression does Dog have on his face as Mox sees this and then sees him?
He'll be grinning like this. I mean, for the listeners, you won't hear, but he's got a grin like, mm-hmm. And I'll look over and say, right.
Do I make a check to see if I know what it is, or can I just assume that I don't? I'm totally okay with that.
That's right, I didn't say what it was, did I?
So, I'm just running with Mox has no idea what it is.
Mox has no idea what he's looking at right now.
So Mox looks at this and then looks at Dog with that grin on his face. Babe, this is amazing. It's
I know.
The glossiness on it.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, ain't nothing out here that shines like that, is there? Hey.
Why don't you show me what it can do? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it can do a lot, but what it's doing right now is kind of all that it does until I
and
fix
it is doing that great.
It is.
So, once you fix it, though, what will it be? I really want to enjoy this for you, but I feel like I'm lacking crucial information to be able to fully appreciate it.
I'm sorry. I thought your big science brain. I thought everybody.
Do you want
to? Do you
want to? We could walk back outside the door, and you could tell me what it is, and we could do this over.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
All right, cool.
Maybe it'll be less intimidating for you. All right. I'll flip the light off. All right. Let's go. Come on, Argos.
During that exchange, I think Argos was sitting between both of you, and he was just looking between both of you with that very puzzled, head tilted over dog look, just trying to gauge what he should be doing in this moment as well.
Come here.
Trots after you.
All right, so fill me in, and then let's do it again.
Okay. Right. So, have you ever seen any weird lights in the sky and wondered, hey, what's that maybe? Maybe specifically like a green light?
All the time, yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever wondered what those are?
Of course, yes.
Do you know what they are?
Sometimes. Sometimes like drones or... I assume that's not... No, what are they?
Okay. Well, all right. I was gonna lead a horse to water here and let you, if you knew. Okay, so...
Hold on. Is it aliens?
Is it?
And Mox just has this very, very well-meaning smile on his face. Yeah, is it aliens?
Dog has the biggest grin of his life. Yeah, it's aliens. Yeah, it is, bud.
Okay, now go ahead and do the entrance again.
Okay. Close your eyes. Okay. I'm gonna lead you by the hand. Come on.
Of course, more dramatic, yeah.
Okay. Lights aren't on yet. Okay, open your eyes.
Okay.
I'm gonna flip the light switch on. And then, ah!
Is this an alien ship?
Yeah, bud!
That is incredible!
You're darn tootin' it is!
How long have you been working on this?
A long time!
I can tell, and you know what?
And Mox goes up and dropping the act a little bit and falling back into scientist.
Yeah, this is good work. Very good work.
That's pretty good, right? Out of character, I'll describe it. It is the football shape with the nipple on top. There's no seams. It's just a continuous piece of metal. Now, there's a hole in it, but yes.
So we've got this highly reflective, large, no-seamed, football-shaped thing. Is it up on a mount? Is it hanging from cables? Is it hovering?
So Dog has it. Should I do this? I'll just explain. The dog has it kind of sitting on a stool here. It looks like kind of how you would chalk a truck if it was this. But if you look closely, it is like 2 inches off of the thing. So it is hovering, but Dog has, for safety, put it up something under it to make sure that it does not fall.
A stool? You put a stool under it for safety?
A bar stool.
You use what you got, man.
He clearly took that stool from the barfly. Just carried it home one night over his shoulder.
It's probably etched with the logo in it.
It's cool, man. A bar stool will stop a spaceship. It's fine.
Yeah, it's all good. And Dog's so excited, he'll be like, yeah, so this is how it gets better. And he's going to grab a hammer and just chuck it
Jesus!
at the spaceship. It looks like it's made out of mylar, but the hammer bounces off of it, leaves a dent, and then you see the metal go and just pop back out.
Where does the hammer go?
You want me to roll it?
I do want you to roll it.
What am I rolling?
Thank you.
I would like you to roll plus your agility modifier, which I know is a negative number.
It's the worst. That and charisma. Two of the things I use the most. Oh. That would be an 8.
All right. So, Mox, in the second that you're like, oh, what is he doing? A hammer has resounded back towards you. Could you please also make an agility check to dodge out of the way?
Nat 20.
Amazingly. You catch it. You catch the hammer.
It is entirely accidental and not through any manner of skill. Just as it bounces back, shit, fuck, shit!
And there's a hammer in your hand.
Let me take a second so that I can appreciate how amazing what just occurred is. Oh, God, you're pretty. This is incredible, though. Did you find this or build it from scratch?
I found it and I'm fixing it, but you being who you are, fantastic, and my very good friend.
As you say that, Mox relaxes the aggressive grip he had with the hammer still towards you as you...
Thank you. You're safe. That's a great catch, actually, and that's whatever deity there is. Maybe it's the aliens are saying, hey, this guy should help you, because damn.
Is that really the direction you're going to try to butter me up? The whole God speaking through you thing?
Maybe. I don't know. Aliens. I'm a little on the fence.
Let's go with the aliens. So,
Yep.
I assume I have never seen anything like this.
Absolutely not. I think you've probably seen a similar surface before with various nanotech or other unique, very expensive probably military grade things you've observed. Your mind does actually go back very early to your adventures here when you were putting on a little show for the dust jockeys. And there were there was that very large rover that seemed to have the metallic, flowy nanotech skin. There's definitely a similarity, visually at least.
This is absolutely incredible. How did you even know where to begin on this?
Well, so we hadn't really talked about it a whole lot, but I used to, work on some projects as an engineer back in Angel City before I moved out here. I found this out in the wastes one day. Saw a light, and then I was like, "Oh, what's that?" I'm just trying to catch a possum, and ran over to it. And I was like, "Oh man!" And found this and brought it back and thought, "Ooh, I could fix that up. That should be nice." And I've been trying to work on it. It is different and more than I can do, but I've been trying to find the parts to fix it up and maybe get it going. And I cannot think of a better assistant than you, my smart man.
As Mox sees Dog kind of stammering at the end and how much this means to him, Mox just leans over the table that we were at, arm on your shoulder.
Tell me everything.
And as Dog is about to launch into his story, the camera will pull away and again wind its way through the hustle and bustle of Solace. And it'll take us over to B's place. B, we didn't even check on you from last night yet. So what's B been up to?
Oh, hi, Sky God. Well, B's coming to terms with some things. We find B, they are pacing around in their house with a lot of tools strewn about, as they are prone to do. They have blueprints, they have tools scattered everywhere. There's bits of C4 places where it probably shouldn't be,
like sticky tack on the walls.
Yeah, it's like museum putty. Sometimes it just makes pictures sit just right. It's fine. It doesn't do anything unless there's a detonator. So B's pacing, has their glow out, and is watching old movies and videos and clips of movies. And she's muttering, "Oh, that's not right. I don't think that's the kind of torture that Farty was doing. Hold on. Hey, show me torture you can do with just one person." And it brings clips.
So B has been researching torture.
Yeah, the bad people are coming, and B wants to make sure that they can pull their own weight. And Ferdy made it really clear that the Cobalt Masquerade was not good people. So I guess it's time for B to step up, because B is the reason why these people are here. And Ferdy also said that B will get really cool gloves that are weighted and purple and pink and black. And they're really excited about that. So they're also, watching movies on how to throw really hard punches.
Okay. So what is really the driving mindset here? B, you said she's worried about the bad people coming.
Yeah.
does she have a plan? Does she have a strategy yet?
No.
Good. Good. Okay.
Find Callisto for one. Callisto's where it started. Where the fuck is Callisto? She should have come. We have history, clearly. Why didn't she have the courtesy to come and try to bring all this bad news to my front door after already bringing it to our front door? Put Ferdy in danger? Put the entire town of Solace in danger? And my crew? No. That's not okay. B's kind of maybe planning on, one, protecting everybody, and two, making sure that the initial person, Callisto, doesn't ever come back.
Dang.
Whether or not that is with what Ferdy said or against what Ferdy told B what to do.
All right.
We're not so sure.
So, was this a typical B all-nighter, or did we get to this point with a burst of hyper focus and a flurry of energy earlier this morning?
Well, B had to sleep off some of the alcohol from last night to make things a little bit more clear.
Sure.
And so B woke up. You know when your blood sugar crashes in the middle of the night after a night of drinking? Yeah. So B woke up shaky and sweaty and anxious and decided to try to do something about it. And this is the best that they can do right now. And B is not sure who's awake, and is also kind of a little too nervous to like reach out to anybody because, well, there's the shame and the guilt of like being the youngest person and making the biggest clusterfuck,
Yeah.
so to speak. And yeah, it's, B's really disheveled and just worried.
Does B decide to stay in the house for the morning, trying to focus on this and center herself, or does she eventually decide to head out to try to get some breakfast and find a sense of normality?
Well, B tried to go and talk to Drall, but Drall wasn't home for some reason. And so B kind of gave up. And they... Yes, I know, the one time. So B gave up. I don't want to bother anybody. I guess I'm gonna go and do all this research myself. I mean, I could go talk to Galen, but I think Galen's taking some time and enjoying some rest without everybody. And I know Dog and Mox have to be doing something rowdy over there, so I just don't want to bug them at all.
All right.
Ferdy's sleeping, so it's kind of all on my own shoulders.
All right. So maybe the camera will pan slowly away as B looks back to the video screen, pulling up different old world videos, maybe from the news, maybe from movies, maybe from television shows. I feel like there's probably multiple screens with one of them maybe has like a search engine with some diagrams. Maybe another one has some of these videos or multiple video screens like layered over each other as she's looking at things. And maybe the camera takes us out of there over towards the edge of Solace to look at the Winnebago and what Galen is doing. Galen had that message from Mercury and that phone call, which he took inside the Winnebago. What has happened since then?
You find Galen where he's laying down in the cockpit. in that classic mechanics kind of pose, like half under the dashboard, half his legs hanging out and stuff. Working on, some of the computer, parts and programs and things like that in there. He is, working through some of the systems and stuff like that, and he's got a little bit of an AI sort of helping him as part of that. So, just every once in a while, you'll just hear him, mutter out, turn it on again, try again, doing some of that stuff. And then after a little bit, he'll kind of kick in, and you start to see like the light panel and things like that open up. And so he kind of pulls himself, away from that, and then leans back up and kind of looks at everything, and then kind of just looks at the readouts on the screen and stuff like that. And he will kind of look back towards it and kind of make sure everything's closed up in the Winnebago and stuff like that. And he'll just kind of look around and be like, "Show me Angel City," and it'll kind of bring up a readout of Angel City and things like that with it. And you see just, a red light that just kind of blinks in part of the fringe of the city, and it doesn't really move. And he just kind of looks a little concerned that it's not moving. And he kind of goes back to it and just goes close view. And he'll, kind of he'll go sit on the couch for a little bit, kind of like, wipe his hands off and everything like that, kind of get some of the dust and crud off of it and things like that. Pick up a beer, even though it's early in the morning, take a few drinks of it and stuff like that. And just kind of set it back down and just kind of look out where Bill would usually be. Cause Bill's out on a run and stuff like that out the window, and just kind of like sigh a little bit to himself. And then he's just kind of kick back for a little bit, and then he's got just a little plinky sort of guitar that he's going to sit there and just kind of like just noodle on a little bit, as he's just kind of like, middle stare out the window, just kind of like, that was like what he saw and things like that on the displays and things was not what he was expecting. So.
All right. So after a few minutes of sitting there, wrestling with these thoughts, contemplating, worrying a little bit, trying to think his way through, trying to be smart and tactical, but then not overthinking and making yourself worried. You hear a little tink, 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 like something's tapping on one of the Winnebago windows.
So he'll put the guitar down and everything, and he'll kind of open up the door and kind of like lean around the outside of it and stuff like that to see if he can figure out who's tapping on the side of his house.
So you see a small little four-bladed copter drone.
Okay.
Like just bumping and knocking as it bumps into the window with its body. And there is a little box underneath mounted to the chassis.
Can he reach it from where he's at? Or
yeah,
get down
absolutely.
and reach it? Okay.
Yeah, when you move towards it, the drone kind of turns a little bit and responds to you,
mm-hmm.
and spins over your way, making that little box accessible.
Okay.
And you see that there's a little door that you could pop open.
Okay.
On the bottom.
Okay. Yeah. So he's gonna pull that down, everything like that. Does the drone just keep going, or does it turn around and kind of leave after he does that? Is this cash on delivery kind of thing? Like,
once you take the little box, it will fly away.
Okay, good. He doesn't have any ones on him, so he's thankful.
And inside the box. Well, I'm sorry. I'm assuming. Do you go to open it? Do you check it out first?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Galen's a little impatient, so he's probably ripping it open before the thing is turned all the way around and left.
So you open it up, and there's actually a note scribbled on a scrap of paper.
Interesting. Okay.
And it just says, headed out. Hopefully we'll be back soon. Ferdy.
Gotcha. Okay. He's going to take a lighter and put it down, put that into the grill on the outside of it, and just kind of light it on fire and let it burn up.
And as the evidence of that note dissipates into the air, I think we can take the camera and follow that smoke trail back through Solace. Drall, it is just about breakfast time.
We go. She's gonna practice being cool like half a block away.
Yeah. So the usual spot is where we've met Paper Boi several times in the past. It's this little kind of cavern where it's a general workplace, meeting place, hangout spot, and food carts show up there when their owners feel like it. There's not a built-in restaurant or anything. It's like one of those shared workspaces that we have. Today, there are two little food carts there. One of them is selling like slushies, where they have shaved ice. You put it in the little spinny thing, like the old pencil sharpeners, and you crank out that ice. And then there's a whole selection, like 24 different flavor syrups in ridiculous neon colors that you can pick from. And there's a little spout that you put the cup into, and it pumps CO2 into it to make like a really cool slushy soda beverage. So there's one of these carts there. And then the other one is selling a variety of steamed buns. Some of them are sweet, some of them are savory, some of them are just bread and butter. There's a large variety here. And as you walk towards this location, you can see those two food carts there. You do not see Paper Boi immediately. Do you wait outside? Do you go in? What does Drall do?
If I have to just to navigate this feline, Drall is definitely gonna. She's used to being independent and not waiting, and so she taps her hands on her legs. She looks both ways, doesn't see anybody, and she goes in. Thinks she can make an educated decision on what is remotely breakfasty in the steam bun category. Also, great choice. My guy, so good.
So there are a few that have sweet cream and various jams. There are a few that have some sort of breakfast meat and cheese, unspecified breakfast meat.
I love a mystery.
And
Let's do that one.
Okay, so the attendant is a younger individual, feminine presenting, with like multicolor strands of optics in her hair that are kind of just pulsing, not brightly, but it's like that jellyfish pulse where it's just kind of subtle and soothing for this mid-morning breakfast. And she'll serve those up to you and put them in little like greasy parchment paper envelopes.
as that's fuck yeah. My goal is to get 3 steamed buns. So we can get all 3 of the same. That's totally fine, as long as Drall can compliment her on her undulating add-ons.
Oh yes, yeah.
They're delightful and colorful.
Oh, thank you.
I could be better. I could be better at compliments, but.
Oh no! Thank you so much. I love what you've done. You look wonderful. You look so good this morning.
I got like my ponytail sticking out of my hoodie, and thanks.
She gives you a wink.
Oh, serving more than breakfast buns. I like that. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.
And as you are wrapping up that transaction, you hear a clatter of feet pounding down the metal girder steps from an upper layer, like thud, 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 thud. And then you hear a crash as someone collides with someone else, and you see a little bit of a kerfuffle outside the door of the this hangout area, and then you hear Paper Boi's voice. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Here, let me help you up. And the other person's like, no, I got it. Wait, no, I can, and like you can kind of feel like someone's getting tangled up in the straps of a messenger bag, because you hear another oomph, and like someone kind of tips over, and Paper Boi again is like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it. I'm sorry. And then kind of in a tizzy, Paper Boi like backs into and then tries to turn around and straighten his jacket a little bit, and is like his eyes are adjusting to the darkness of this nice area, and oh hey, hi, hello, as he sees Drall.
Smooth, boo. Breakfast adjacent.
Oh, yummy. Did you get any of the strawberry ones, or?
I didn't even realize there were strawberry ones. You had said breakfast, and I was like, oh shit, it needs to be breakfasty. And I just looked at her, and then I complimented her weird, and then I got breakfast mystery sand bun.
Oh, well, thank you. Let's have both. Hey, give me 2 of the strawberry, and she serves up like 2 that are very plump and full with like strawberry cream inside. And he brings them over to you. I was gonna bring coffee, and then it kind of spilled, and he's like pointing to behind him. So I hope it's okay. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. That's totally fine. I had coffee on the way. Did you get coffee though? But did you get any coffee?
I mean,
we can get you some.
I had 2, and now there's 0. That's
the art of deduction. Yeah, I'm sharp. I'm on it. Let me go get you some coffee. And she's just gonna walk away.
So, you know of a couple different coffee vendors in this general area. You can zip over and buy whatever you want and come right on back within minutes.
Yep. There you go. Can't do it without caffeine.
When you return, he has taken up the usual table he's at when you've met him here before, like that far back corner where he can sit with his back kind of tucked into the wall in a little nook. But instead of how he usually is, where he's got multiple glows spread out and he's working, he is sitting there in one of the chairs. He's got the buns kind of spread out on some napkins, and he's got his elbows like propped up on the tables, his head on his chin on his hands, and you can see that one of his feet is just like rat-a-tat bouncing nonstop on the floor until you walk in. And when you come in with the coffee, he pops up. He's like, oh my God, you are so nice. Thank you so much. Here's the ones you got. Here's the ones I got. Let's maybe we just take a second.
Are you sure you're going to be okay at, your work table? We could go to I don't know that one, and points to the one next.
No.
Well, maybe like it's a change of. Okay, just checking. Just
I
checking.
mean, like I like routine. I like consistency. It makes me feel better. Makes me feel like I can
Same.
handle things.
The only thing you can't control, right?
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes just having the same chair is the best you can do, and that's all you can get through the day with.
Straight up, this is my chair. I know how it feels.
Sometimes those other chairs, like, you can't get comfortable, and then your back's all out of whack, and you try to like bend sideways and put one leg out, and it's the worst.
It makes you want to stand real bad, and she stands up and like puts her hands on her hips and just kind of stretches just a little bit. These chairs just feel weird right now.
Yeah, sometimes they do. He like kind of half stands up he's not sure if he should like do what you're doing to be cool, or he can be like, well, mine's okay. He just is.
Yeah, you got the good one.
Okay, yeah.
You got the good one. I mean, that's your chair. You got the good one.
You're right.
So,
you're right. Yeah.
We know what that chair's like.
Yeah. Okay. And he will.
She tries to diffuse it.
He is very comforted with your diffusal, and he will busy himself with eating some of the breakfast that the two of you have acquired.
So, which one do you like? Which one do you like more? The enemy you know, and then points to the strawberries and cream, or the mystery on the horizon, and points to the breakfast one.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is something I've learned. I've gotten these before, and he takes out a pocket knife that he flips out, and it's a really cool flip out. But he does it in a really. He wasn't thinking about it. It's like one of those things he always does. He wasn't intentionally trying to be like, "Ooh, look at me flip out this knife." It was like one of those like fidget things he just does, and does it without thinking about it.
She thought you did it on purpose, but she was still like, yeah.
And he doesn't pick up on that at all. So he takes the knife and cuts one of each bun in half and smooshes them together. So we've actually got like a sweet and savory mashup. And he goes, "This is how you really do it." And he takes a big old bite.
You're a crazy motherfucker, and she's gonna bite into it.
And it tastes very good.
Don't publish that anywhere.
No, trade secret. Trade secret.
No one should be as happy as we are right now.
This is very good. And he drinks his coffee a little bit and has another bite.
So what's next?
Well, I don't know.
Me neither.
I'm trying to wrap my head around that stuff you showed me last night. I am
Sorry about
trying. No, it's like sometimes bad intel is good intel, you know? And I don't mean bad intel like someone gave me bad intel, it was bad information. I don't want you to think that, because what you got was really, really good. It was super detailed, great information. I was able to extrapolate a bunch from it. But like, it's a bad situation intel. That's what I really meant there.
Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, it's sad in there. Yeah.
But then, and I was up super late, I'll tell you. I went back and looked through the videos on what the DJs had done, and they just took everything. They knew where it all was. They emptied the place out, and I'm trying to figure out what they're doing with it all, why they were out there. I mean, you said they knew exactly where to go to take advantage of the situation, like, and I followed them back. They just went right back to their home territory. They didn't stop anywhere. They didn't drop it anywhere. They took it right back home, and then my feed cut out. I mean, they obviously own the airwaves there. I couldn't see where they went within their territory. The second those trucks crossed their territory line, blip, it just shut off. I couldn't see anything. So they had to take it somewhere, but it's so weird to me to see them have like such a directed effort. Mostly they're like, oh, we're just gonna do our thing in our territory and make sure no one fucks with us. And this was like a real clear, we're on a mission,
Yeah, I think so. I know a little bit about that, but the main thing I know is that who they've got in charge over there is an extremely driven individual and loves to take advantage of, let's say, opportunities placed in his path. It's terrifying and intoxicating. Like, don't want to piss him off. Because he can obviously formulate a group to come out and do what he needs them to do. Does that help at all?
No?
I didn't think so.
I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's just, I don't know if I think that's all just known information.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, I was just basically trying to avoid telling you that we sold him information and then he went and picked stuff up. So I just didn't want to tell you that.
Oh.
Awkward. See, that's not what I wanted. I get really flustered around you. That was also really awkward.
And he takes a very long drink of his coffee to kind of hide his face a little bit.
Awesome tip on the buns. Thanks so much.
Yeah. So was that like you were in a bad spot and you had to buy your way out of like rock in a hard place kind of situation?
Sure.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, if you get
stuck, you just gotta fucking ram through the. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, thanks. Oh.
I guess you probably noticed that I tend to get a little out of sorts in situations like this too. So
breakfast, same.
Yeah, breakfast is tough. Breakfast can be difficult when you're normally used to just having a snack by yourself and not socializing with cool people that
you think I'm cool. I mean, yeah,
more.
Totally.
Yeah. So yeah. So I don't know. Like, do we have any sort of responsibility to try to follow up on what the DJs are doing? Do we just need to wait and see? Like, I'm not a mover and a shaker. I don't do the work. I track the information. I look for interesting things. I sell that information. But also, if there's like a looming threat, maybe I should say something about it. Like,
no. It's totally fine. Like when it becomes okay, and she's gonna lean forward, and without thinking, she's just gonna gently lay her hand on Paper Boi's wrist when she leans forward. Listen. It's gonna be. Oh wait, he does what?
He like jerks back a little bit, but doesn't like. It was like a static shock reaction and not a pull away reaction.
Okay. Trust me, if anything Like, I hooked you up with that well, I mean, I guess I traumatized you with that information, but I hooked you up with the information I thought you could need. When you need to know of anything that's going on, positive or negative, I promise I'll tell you. You don't need to worry.
And he takes a big breath. Okay. Okay.
It's going to be fine.
And he has, while he did have an initial reaction to you putting your hand on his, he has very carefully not moved his hand, even though like he still got that twitchy leg. Like that one part of his body is very still right now. And I think we can pan away from this breakfast and just let them have a little bit more conversation and a little bit of a moment. Galen, after you got this message from Ferdy, which was obviously sent to you in a very secure way, which you recognized, what did you do?
Galen will, after he burned the message and things like that with it, he's going to gather up some of his things and lock up the bago and, you know, put on his hat, everything like that, get the boots on, get everything going. He's only bringing the pistol with him and stuff like that, you know, just self-defense, just in case. And he's going to just start kind of making his way through the town, you know, kind of meandering through the morning and stuff like that. Might try to pick up some coffee and things like that on the way. And he's going to head over towards B's place. You know, as Ferdy asked, he's going to keep an eye on her and stuff like that. And best thing to do since it's a new day is go establish, you know, what's going on and where she might be and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so it is like 10:30, 11 by the time this is happening. You wind your way through Solace. When you get over to B's place, you can hear what sounds like a little bit of a fight from inside the house. You hear those sounds of what you know is combat coming through the walls, but then you immediately, your brain kicks in like, oh, it's like really loud television.
I'm glad you clarified, because Galen was about to bust through the door.
You're almost worried. Like
Not a good idea.
Yeah, the hand was at the gun. The hand was at the gun, ready to go.
But it's weird that it's so loud, and there's like overlapping sounds of different fight scenes or action sequences happening.
So he's just gonna kind of knock on the door and be like, "B, what are you doing in there?"
Who is it? Hold on. And then you're gonna hear two of the fight scenes turn off. There's still a third and a fourth going, but they're a little lower.
Okay.
And there's screaming in the background. And then you're gonna hear stomp, 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 stomp over the door. And then you're gonna see B peek around the window.
like just her eyes.
Who is
it? Galen's gonna lean down with coffee in his hand, like, "Hello."
It's you.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
Yeah, I am me. Yes. Yes.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on
okay.
1 second. Okay. Okay. And you're gonna hear and chains dropping to the ground, and another lock unlocking, and 3 more deadbolts, and one of those little latch things, and then the tiniest little eye hook, like, and then B's gonna pull open the door, and B is taking a shower at least, and doesn't smell. but B has on random pieces of what could be combat equipment, but they're all ill-fitting. Steel-toed boots. And they taped like bolts to their knuckles to try and make combat gloves. And their hair is standing just Hey, Galen. I just let me put this away. I couldn't find my other weapons right now, and how are you doing? What's up? You don't ever come here. Pardon the mess. I'm an inventor and I scavenge a lot, so I do have quite a bit of things going on in here. Do you want to come in? It doesn't smell bad, at least. It just looks bad.
I imagine what I'm looking at is like you ever like when you were a kid like try to dress up like Shredder but like use all the like knee pads and wrist pads and stuff from when you were like rollerblading and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm that old.
Yes.
That's what I imagine that coming into right now.
Can I add in?
Yeah.
Can I add in like a cookie sheet?
Oh yeah.
Tucked into something.
Helmet. we can imagine that. That's, yeah. That's fine. That's fine. There's a muffin tin on the back. Just don't worry about it.
So Galen is looking at all this, and he kind of takes a very like slow step inside your domicile, and kind of goes.
Hold on! Don't put your full weight on that foot. Take your foot back up real quick.
Okay, and he's gonna take his foot back up a little bit and try to put it back out the domicile.
Okay, hold on 1 second. And B's gonna go to the floor and scrape up the patty of C4 that they had put in front of the door as a trap, and just make sure it's not armed. Okay, you're good. I don't think I have any other traps yet. If you want, you can help me set them, though. Do you know how to do traps? Hey, Galen, do you know how to torture people? Or just hurt them and make this so they don't, mess with you? Could you teach me?
This is a hell of a way to say hello.
Good morning.
Do you always put C4 by your door? Because you do know that amount of C4 will just blow off the entire wall, right? Like,
yeah, that's fine. I can build the wall up. It's good. I've done it before.
That's not though great with defensible positions. If there's no wall to hide behind, you realize.
I have news. I have news though, because
okay,
the wall acts as shrapnel, and it will just literally kill whoever steps on it. So it's not a problem. And then there's that secondary wall in here, and she goes in and goes kunk kunk. This is armor plated. I scavved it off of one of those tanks, and I just dive behind there whenever I hear somebody step on the C4, if they can get through all the locks.
Where is your bed in this place?
That's a good question. I haven't seen it in a while. I usually just sleep on the couch.
Is the couch behind the steel plate, or is it... And he kind of like looks over to the left, and it's probably just out in the open like everything else?
It's in the kitchen. Is that weird?
Honey, you're talking to somebody who drives a Winnebago.
See, I knew you wouldn't think it was weird. Do you want to have a tour? We could go through the entire house. I don't have as much
How much more
stuff
C4
as
is in the house at this point?
Just don't touch the walls. You'll be fine.
Right. Would you like some coffee? You know what? It's like... Yeah, you know what? Let's just go with it. Let's see where this goes.
You're walking into the domicile of a person who was raised by the community of Solace, who was given this house and the shop that is attached to it at like 16 because they just wanted B out of their hair.
Mm-hmm.
So they told B to go out into the desert and find stuff, and B was real good at that. B even found dog. So, yeah, it kind of looks like a 16-year-old decorated with junk, but it's real cool and it's very functional, and everything has a purpose.
Right. Okay. That's good. Why were you literally watching 4 kung fu movies at the same time though? Like,
Well, one was Kung Fu, one was Krav Maga, one was of an old school mobster movie where they were like talking about making people sleep with fishes. I don't know what that means, but I think that's a little weird, kind of like bestiality or whatever. But yeah, it's all them. That's the mobs, I guess. That's probably why they just went extinct. And then this other one is giant robots with miniguns. I've always wanted to build one.
that
Oh, and don't
could
worry
be
about
handy.
this one over here. It's just because they have really nice muscles and they fight real hard.
Okay. I see a pattern here with all of this, but are you and he got kind of knocks on the sheet pan on the front of it and stuff like that. Are you training for something or just
Yeah. Yeah, see, look, I know how to punch. And B tries to punch and knocks over a lamp and goes, oh, that's fine. I'll just make another one. And I can kick now too. But I'm trying to learn to be a good fighter. Because, I got my bow and I am pretty okay with like a kind of martial arts. But clearly the people we're dealing with right now are going to be a lot harder to take down with just than like, Taekwondo. So
right. Well, let's hope that we don't have to run into any of those people anytime soon. I mean, Ferdy seems to have everything under control right now, and also if you try to punch somebody using that form, you're actually gonna break your hand. Just to,
do you want to teach me then?
You know what? Yeah. Okay. You got anything that could resemble a punching bag around here? Sand in a bag format or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. And B's gonna lead you into one of the bedrooms, and there's this giant, it is literally just a giant sandbag that is sat in the corner with googly eyes and a frowny face. B's gonna say, this is what I usually, practice out some of my arrows on. As you can see, the room's long and narrow, so I can use it as like a shooting range, but I can also use it as a punching bag. I don't think there are any arrowheads in there.
Right. We're going to need some chain, and we're going to need to hook it up to the ceiling then.
Oh, I have chain. Yeah, that'll be fine. Do you want like motorcycle or bicycle, or do you want like, the really heavy duty stuff that they used to, tow stuff with? Do you want the real big gauge? And like, B's picking up random chains. Do you want this one?
We've got this one. We've got this one. We've got this one.
I have this real dainty one right here. I just don't think it'll pick up Sandy over there.
Let's just go with a medium-sized one. This is like the Forrest Gump of chains at this point. Yeah, let's just get just one that'll hang it. We don't have to break the ceiling or anything like that. Let's just, let's be practical here. We might need the bigger one for later. You never know,
Are we going to practice chaining people up?
Well, it's good for that thing where you take the ropes and you do like this kind of thing and stuff like that. We might want to work on some of that for you, too.
You're saying I'm not strong enough to do this?
Galen is 6'7", like way tall and very big.
Oh, so Galen's tall, huh?
Yeah. Yes.
So, at the suggestion of hoisting Sandy up, B is going to press a button on the wall, and there's going to be this drone that comes in with a little pulley attached to it. It's going to fly into the room, and then it's going to attach to the ceiling with these clamps.
Mm-hmm.
And B's going to put the chain in, pulley up the bag, and then go, all right, so like, I was thinking about putting C4 on these. Do you think that that's a good idea? Because then it'll make my punches real explosive. I could always do like armor gloves, So, like, you know, my hands don't get blown off, but I don't know if I need to have, like, sleeves too, or should I just, I don't know, like, have weapons with C4 in them instead, like my arrowheads.
Well, you don't want to punch with C4, because that's just going to blow your hand backwards. You know, law of relativity and force and things like that. But, you know,
So
having
you
some
elbow
gloves.
with
No, leave the C. Let's tackle C4 is an advanced tactic when it comes to the martial arts. You know, let's focus on form right now. You know, you got C4 covered with the arrows and everything like that. You know, I think we're doing good with there, but let's focus on just getting our form down first. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. And he sets the coffee down on the side and stuff like that, and he kind of mumbles to himself like, all right, this is going to be a minute.
What has Umbra been doing through all of this?
Umbra brings bee things.
Okay.
Whether or not it's inside of Bee's house or if it's a random kill from outside in the desert. Sometimes Umbra likes to go and steal random nuts and bolts from Dog's garage. I don't know why you're giving me that look, Dog. Umbra loves you.
That's what they meant.
Well, yeah, that's, the scavenging part. I taught Umbra to do the things that I do. And Umbra will also sometimes bring the news, but most of the time it's like chomped up. So
I feel like maybe Bee took a little box and just wrote on the side of it like Umbra's things, and Umbra, whatever they bring back, they just drop in there.
yes, unless of course it is a dead animal, because that usually goes at the foot of the couch.
Of course.
Because I need to eat. But, Bee's not going to eat that unless of course it looks tasty.
And maybe as this whole training situation is getting set up, maybe Umbra comes over and offers to hold the chain as Bee is getting it all slung through the pulley.
Umbra is also going to be recording. If that's okay with you, Galen, Umbra's going to take a recording of this so that I can watch it back later for training tips.
Okay, that's totally fine. Umbra, can you play? You can play music, right, Umbra?
Yeah, Umbra can play music.
Okay, there's this little tune from way back in the day called "You're the Best Around." I need you just to start playing that on repeat while we go through this training montage.
Cute.
And as the montage kicks off with Galen takes off his jacket, tries to demonstrate the right foot placement, how the hips move. He's doing that very first how to fight training lesson where it's like you put your thumb on the outside, no, and B does it wrong, no, okay, and then it's through the hips, through the shoulder. As that is getting set up, we will swing back over to Dog's workshop. What have Dog and Mox been getting up to in the last hour or so?
Well, I think we'll be going over this craft. I'll be giving Mox the skinny on it, kind of touring and just picking his brain, seeing what he thinks about it. Since he's Dog is an engineer of sorts, but Mox is just another level.
He's better with electronics than engineering.
Okay. All right. Fair. Well, this thing's got to be powered somehow.
And Mox has just been taking notes, recording. Well, not recording. He wouldn't want to make a digital copy of Mox's information, so it's all physical. All physical notes.
I appreciate that. So, let's see here. We got this. I'll have a wrench pointing. So there's this thing over here, and as I said before, the craft is smooth, but there's a hole in it from where it crashed. So, despite it being smooth, there's a hole in it. Then that's partially what Dog has been using as an entryway, I guess, to get into it and sort of tinker around. So we're by the hole, pointing with a wrench. So that right there, I had to convert those over there to a 1/4 inch because for some reason my bolts keep missing. I keep misplacing them. I don't know where they're going, but I gotta go scrounge some up. So I gotta convert a lot of stuff. It's not ideal. But you see, this here inverts. Now I don't know what this uses. I don't know if it's like baby blood or what to power this little doohickey here. But it looked like there's some sort of goop maybe that goes through it. And then it goes through this tube here, which for some reason wasn't affected in it. And he's just going on and on and on. And then there's a cavity in the middle of it, which looks, and Dog will point at it and be like, so that looks like that's where the engine was. Now, I don't think a truck engine will fit in there, but this seems like something that maybe you would have an idea of how to get it to go vroom vroom or buzz or something and get it powered. I don't know how it's floating.
Well, I hope it doesn't use baby blood. I am flat out this month.
I'm all grown up. I ain't got none either.
Well, let's see what I can see.
And Mox tries to check out the area where the engine was.
Dog's gonna hold the flashlight and maybe pinch his butt. Lovingly.
All right. Do you want to give me an engineering check?
If it's engineering, it's 10.
All right. So Mox is very familiar with the general sense of structure when it comes to mechanical devices. And part of what you are seeing here makes sense to a degree. And then the rest of it is just absolutely foreign to you. The logic that you think of as what parts connect to what other parts to accomplish a function, there's a breakdown there. And you're unsure if it's because this is actually alien technology, if it is some sort of advanced something that you've just never seen yet, or just some weird conglomeration of things that people have slapped together to maybe look like something else. Like, you're just not sure.
Well, I'm a big enough man to say that I have no idea. I have some idea what's going on here, but very, there's a breakdown in here somewhere. And, we could just randomly try experimenting things, but I'm not sure that's a brilliant idea when we don't know what'll happen.
That's, I guess safety first now. I got a reason that I kind of want to stay alive now, so.
Well,
sure.
You've had a lot more time to look at this. Surely you've found something about the engines that I haven't been able to see.
Well, is there such a thing as a box that would generate something that would emit some sort of power and gravitational field?
Like a dark wave generator? Something?
Maybe that's it. That sounds familiar. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Do you know much about those?
A little? What makes you think that it would take a dark wave generator to power this?
I don't know. Reading. I've heard about them. I heard about them back when I was at Angel City, and heard the scuttlebutt about it, and I was like, oh, that seems like you could do a lot of stuff with that. I don't know.
It's true. It does have a large variety of applications. I'm simply not 100% sure if this is one of them. But if you want to try to run an experiment revolving around that, this is your discovery, your baby, and I'm here to help if I can.
Well,
it won't be cheap. It won't be cheap or easy.
Can't we build one?
Oh, yes. But again, with the still not cheap or even less easy now, actually. A little cheaper, a little harder. But maybe.
Okay. Well, let's see. All right. All right. So I don't want to pull. I don't want to pull Boeing and Skimp here because we're going to be up in the air. God, it's a shame what happened to that company.
Oh, tragic pathway.
I know. God, we want the door to stay on. Now, is there like a what am I trying to say? Is there maybe a dollar store version of that? Something a little lower down than that? I see the panic in your eyes whenever we talk about that.
I mean, yes, I made myself a rather dollar store version of that at one point, as a matter of fact. But it does carry risk. Certain items you might not want to buy from the dollar store, like a pacemaker. This might be one of those things. Now again,
Okay.
I'm willing to try, but no guarantees.
Okay, so let's mark that one down. Is there listen, I see how uncomfortable we are, so I'm trying to exhaust all things. We could try.
I mean, a part of me is very excited about the prospect, but,
Yeah?
there are things that I give a shit about now, so that's weird.
Yeah? Dog's kind of soaking that in, taking it back a little bit.
No, stay with me. Come on. You were on a roll. You were doing great.
Yes. So, is there like a miniature version of that, or like a light wave generator, or maybe just a wave generator?
I mean, there are definitely wave generators, like wave pools or things like that. They are so relaxing. If you at least they look like... anyway.
Okay. What if we had a wave generator, but it did that with gravity? Is that a thing?
Is that a thing?
I mean, I'm an engineer, but like...
I can do some research.
Okay. Because I can make sure the thing's structurally sound, but when it comes to like power and electricity, I ain't really...
Give me a few hours to see if I can find anything. What happened to that ashtray?
Argos trots over and just balanced on top of his head.
Just like picking up the ashtray.
Strap in, buddy. We're in for it now.
So, we know that this craft has some sort of power within it because it is currently partially operational. But as Dog has pointed out, there are parts that are missing. Maybe they've been removed. Maybe they've been damaged. So what the two of you are trying to do is figure out what is missing, if you can extrapolate what it actually was to begin with, or if you can find something else within the realm of your knowledge and experience that can fill that gap. So, Mox, you can start doing some searches. You've got a wealth of information based on your experience, both legal and illegal avenues that you can reach out to. So we will fade away as this search starts, and you are putting in keywords, pulling up some diagrams and blueprints that you're aware of, kind of poking around, asking the right kind of questions to certain people to not give anything away. as you are starting this, though, before we fade out fully, Mox, something is kind of tickling the back of your brain. There's something that you've got that sense of, okay, I know something. Like you've forgotten something, but you're not sure what you've forgotten. Like you've got that kind of weird memory. And
Mox pulls out his little pill container and looked at. No, took that one. All right.
And it suddenly clicks. When you were in the prison, you took a very detailed video capture of some really weird and specifically aeronautical, astronomical, astrological information from one of the cells. But as you remember that, and you maybe pull up a file to cross-reference it, let's shoot back across Solace to the breakfast nook. Drall and Paper Boi, you've been sitting here for the last half an hour, 20 minutes. You finished your buns, you finished your coffee. You've been making slightly less awkward chit-chat. And at one point, Paper Boi has said, hey, I'm really, really sorry, but there's actually a tiny bit of work I got to do, so just give me a second. And he has opened up his glows. He's pulled up a couple screens, and you've watched him work for the last 5 or 10 minutes or so. And you've always known what he does, but now you're really kind of seeing him work. And he is really like a hardcore hacker information broker. So you are seeing some requests come in from different individuals, and their profiles on his working screen are all masked and coded in a way that probably only makes sense to him. You were seeing communication requests coming in. He's not hiding his work from you, but he's not like showing you what he's doing. He's not like saying, okay, this is this thing, and look over. He's not inviting you to look over his shoulder, but he's not preventing you from doing it either. So a little bit of professional courtesy, but he's not like locking you out.
Cool.
So you are seeing him work through some of these requests. You are seeing him reply to some of these people. Little bits of the messages you catch seem to be in some sort of code that he is responding. Some of the stuff looks like coordinates or locations. Some of his responses almost look like scientific formula about things. You see him send a couple video files. You see him receive a couple video files. And over the course of no more than 5 to 10 minutes, he has just been rapid fire typing, jumping almost seamlessly between multiple conversation threads, multiple lines of dialogue and interaction between multiple different parties. And then he shuts that down. Sorry about that. I had a couple time-sensitive tasks I had to take care of. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's cool to get to see the languages that you speak and kind of how they work. Kind of.
Yeah, some of that's proprietary, but gotta. There's some very secure information I'm moving back and forth through some. Well, you know how it is working with clients.
Yeah.
of very important people sometimes.
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, I should probably go check on, the gang, see if anybody needs anything, I
don't have anything else really to do today. Do
you want to come?
If it's okay.
Sure. Cool.
Like it's your crew, it's your work. You got stuff to do. I don't want to force my way in, or I don't want to.
She leans forward and she kind of like she takes your arm, leans forward. You're part of the crew now. You hung out with us.
His head kind of scoots back a little bit, and his eyes get real big. I mean, I do like hanging out, but am I really?
No, but you're a friend. Okay. I mean, you're my friend. I mean, if you're cool with that.
I am. I do like that. That's okay. That's good.
So, okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
We should probably let's swing by Ferdy's just to make sure B isn't there. Because if B, I mean, we all tend to gather there, So just so you know, I mean, you were just there, but like we could see if B's there, and then maybe we could stop by. And she just kind of trails off as.
And we will actually kind of transition through the rest of this day and skip to the evening. So everybody has been working on their various projects. Everybody has been kind of hanging out. Where does the crew gather for dinner? Do we go to the bar? Do we go to someone's home? Do we go to the Winnebago? Where do we go tonight?
I feel like either Dog's or Galen's. Yeah, I know, Dog. Give him that look. You're known for hospitality when you're not messing around in your garage.
If you want beer and cigarettes for dinner.
You used to make a mean steak.
It's just a bunch of compacted cigarette butts.
Gross.
Tofu.
Apparently not Dog's house.
Well, I guess we can head back. We can head to the Bago first, and then if we need to get drinks, we can head on up to the bar. How's that?
Okay, I mean, I'd have people here, but and B gestures vaguely. This is not for company for right now.
How many things have broken in this day of training with B and Galen?
The phrase, I can fix it, oh, don't worry, has been said multiple times. At one point, I believe that Galen probably had to jump up onto a table to avoid getting his toes smashed by something very heavy falling down. Umbra has decided that perhaps the room that B and Galen are fighting or practicing fighting in is not the best room to be in, and has retired to go hunt and prowl for more nuts and bolts. Yeah. It's,
it's just
healthy chaos.
It just crashes every other moment, just glass shattering, like one of those like rage rooms where you can just like freak out on things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what it sounds like.
The neighbors are used to it. This is how B keeps, mostly sane out in the real world. It's fine. So we'll go back to the Bago?
I don't think there's a lot of regular houses around B's place.
They made sure of that, of course.
There's some other workshops.
Yeah.
There's like maybe a farm of some sort where it's kind of automated and people don't always have to be there.
Yeah, and I'm just up the street from Ferdy, but we don't have to see each other all the time, which is what Ferdy said when I was going over to get breakfast every day.
Oh.
And then I discovered that I could just eat these fruits off the tree in the yard. It's fine.
So
No Pop-Tarts or anything? No toaster?
No, but I do have this coffee grinder that's a literal engine turbine. If you want to see that work first before we go.
You know what? I think I'm good for this one.
Okay.
We're good. I don't know if I need high-speed coffee grinding to that level.
It can also grind up meat and make sausages, or people if you ever have to murder them. I don't know if that last one actually works, but I assume so if you can make sausage with it.
Cue Stephen Colbert from Harvey Birdman. Body in a wood chipper.
I feel at one point B maybe tried to make a toaster.
Yes. It
And
didn't go so well.
It didn't go so well. There was like this industrial salamander from like a big kitchen that she tried to wire to a battery.
It's set sideways, the side of a cabinet is just completely melted from the attempts.
And you just left it. She's left it to fix later. It's not a
I'll
priority.
fix it. I can fix it. It's fine.
So it is just the start of sunset. The lights of Solace haven't yet completely come on. You're all very familiar with that moment of switch when the sun comes down enough and just the regular operating lights of Solace all switch over to that glorious, vibrant, neon life pulse. Everything lights up. Everyone's house has their own little bubble of glow. The street at the bottom of Solace almost looks like a river of light as people are moving their carts and wares. It's just this glorious evolution of Solace that hasn't started yet. You anticipate it. It's just about to happen. You are sitting around the fire and the grill. What is everyone doing? What's everyone chit-chatting about?
Bees practicing their forms. Cha, cha, cha. Like this.
Now remember, step into it. You got to step into it. You can't just stand stock still. Remember, step into it and then lean in when you're gonna get a real good haymaker in there and twist and don't forget to twist. Otherwise, you're gonna hurt the wrist.
Bee looks over and gets distracted by Galen coaching and tries to kick at the same time and ends up doing like a splits and just like okay.
Paper Boi is in one of the lawn chairs and he kind of looks over to Drall like, is this like a normal thing? Is this your vibe?
And she she kind of purses up her lips and like looks at him, and then behold my kingdom.
Galen, what you making for dinner?
It's some sort of slightly maybe irradiated deer. We're not sure. We found it.
Probably fine. Smells
Probably
good.
fine. Yeah, it doesn't smell bad. It's not green or anything like that, so it'll work into steaks. It'll be meat.
It will be meat, indeed. Smells good, Galen.
Well,
And the
what
night goes on.
did you boys do today?
Nothing.
Bro stuff.
Bro stuff. A lot of beer. Hanging out. You know, bro stuff.
Bro stuff, yeah.
Bro
yeah.
stuff. Organized our nuts and bolts. I'm missing a bunch.
You said that fucking weird.
Did he? Did he really?
Bro stuff.
Bro stuff.
Okay.
Like
Bro
that? That's not weird to you? Bro stuff.
How would you say it?
They're touching nuts and bolts.
Oh, shit! Yeah!
It's not what we... Well, I mean, that happened, but that is not what we meant.
Yeah, that's fine. I came out here for the show of the karate in the desert.
Why is our sex life currently a topic of conversation for this?
Exactly.
Can anyone find that wildly inappropriate
matter.
That means they have sex.
It's private. He even bought a curtain for my ding-a-ling. I hide it behind this kimono now, okay?
What?
You didn't want to see it, now y'all want to hear about it. Wishy-washy. Pick it. Yes or no? I'm tired of going back and forth.
Were you, though? Not from what I'm talking about now. Come on.
If you weren't cooking me a delicious meal, I'd go tell you to go fuck yourself, but that's pretty funny. Now,
Galen goes back to the meeting. He's like, it's so lonely.
Give you a hug. I just can't do any of the other stuff. That's weird.
Paper Boi is kind of curled into his chair a little bit. He's doing that thing where he's like, this is a circle of people that I can't figure out yet, and I'm here, but I'm not part of it, but I don't want to be like called out that I'm not part of it. So I'm just sitting here.
You glad you came yet?
I feel
Me?
like you need a pet to pet. Here, take Umbra.
He kind of falls out of his chair a little bit when he sees Umbra because that's weird.
Hey. Just a little baby. It's fine. She won't bite unless I tell her to. Just stay away from her tongue. We're still not sure if it's going to be a taser or a charger.
Okay. And he just tries to be cool for a minute.
It's totally fine. It hasn't killed anyone yet.
Well,
Wait. Okay, it was told to. It's not doing that right now.
exactly. Umbra, this is PB. He's our friend. Don't do anything mean. Just curl up here and be a good baby.
And Umbra
And Umbra's-
nods.
Yeah.
So the evening stretches on. Galen, you dish up the food. Everyone has a meal. The lights of Solace have kicked over. And everyone's just hanging out. Everyone's pretty chill.
And then...
No ending.
Nope, this is just everyone's super chill. Until all of the lights go out.
Fuck.
That's why everyone kept talking about our sex life.
And that's where we'll call it.
I gotta call Ferdy.
That is where we will end episode 18. Thank you all
dare.
for watching along.
Wow.
How dare? Again.
I feel a little edged.
Yeah. This is the second week, at least, in a row. At least.
I need sweet release!
This is from this hell, damn it.
And we will see what happens in 2 weeks. Thank you all for joining along and putting up with our shenanigans. Thank you, future audience on the YouTubes and the podcasts. Let us know what you think about these developing relationships. Let us know how you enjoy everything that we're doing. Please give us comments and likes and all those wonderful things. It is time to say goodbye to our wonderful cast and crew. Let's hear from them where they can be found online and what they are doing, starting with Mallo.
You can find me talking about a little bit of everything that I do at the Mallo Man everywhere, literally. I do a lot more on Blue Sky these days. So if you are a Blue Skyer and likes to get away from the hellhole that is Twitter and things like that, find me over there. Just at the malloman.bluesky. Whatever the thing is, just at me over there. You can find me on the other stuff. So come hang out. It's a fun time.
And Wild.
Yes, hello. I am Wildling011. I don't know, man. I just bees here. You can find me at you can find me at 011. You can find me at Wildling011 just about anywhere. I'm actually not quite present on social media right now because the sun is out and I am outside, and I'm going to be outside a lot more.
Good.
And scrubbing sculptures and stuff. So if you see me and you happen to be around in the neighborhood, don't spook me off the ladder, but you can come and say hi and see what we're doing. We might have a flamethrower you can marvel at. So, just keep that in mind. Other than that, thanks for watching and or listening. Make sure to do all the likes and subscribes and send us comments and all that good stuff. And make sure to give kudos to Mallo, our producer, and Caleb, our game runner. And also this wonderful cast. Thank you. I love you guys. Talk to you next time. Bye. I do fondle art for a living.
And Pete.
Hello. You can find me on Blue Sky at the Mallo Man, but also at Gator Pete. Here's a dog. Enjoy this picture of this dog. And if you find a Grateful Dead kimono, please send me the link so I can actually have one. Thank you.
He does cosplay. He went to Emerald City Comic Con in the full Bunny Boy outfit, as hot as it was, with that giant puffer jacket and everything. So he does cosplay his characters.
Well, this next time I'll just be butt naked but with the kimono. So it'll be
and a little
Well, you should be.
dong cloth.
Yep.
Yeah. Make sure I'll swing my hips when I walk. Thank you for watching.
I will be following with a fan, just to let you know.
And Lauren.
You can hallucinate my presence anywhere you consume content on the internet. I cause chaos most anywhere, really. I am Thousand Faces Cosplay, so you can find me Thousand Faces TTRPG on the Twitchimals, where we are currently. I also forgot for a second where we were. I'm on Instagram, Thousand Faces Cosplay, and 95% Lauren. I am consistently raising hell with the algorithm, so who knows what you'll see if you follow my content. Sorry in advance. No accounting for taste. Water yourself. Thanks for being here. This episode was the best. Okay, bye.
And Ethan.
We will be back this Saturday on Misty Mountain Streaming with The Wild Beyond. And we will also, starting in May, on Tuesdays that we are not playing here, we will be starting a 1940s vibe Curse of Strahd game. Ooh. Imagine Dark City meets Curse of Strahd. Oh yes, I am very excited. So keep your eyes and ears open for that.
I'm really excited. He's going to do he's gonna the voice he does for oh my god, you guys.
But of course, if you had to choose between watching us on Tuesdays or Identico on Tuesdays, you should do that.
And you also got tons of very good TTRPG discussion videos going up on a variety of socials.
Oh, yeah. Yes. As long as TikTok still exists, I am on there, the Buff DM. Who knows, man? The Buff DM also on Instagram or on our YouTube Thousand Faces Cosplay. The content goes up there as well.
It's really good. We have friends to remind us, oh, you do things other than be potato.
Just trying to help out. Got to take care of each other here.
You're the best one.
I, of course, am on the socials at the Caleb G. You can find me right here for all things Identico, here and there with Farm to Fable and taking up a lot of space in the archives of the RPG Academy. That is it for today. See you next cyber time, same cyber station. Please take care of yourself. Drink some water, take your meds, eat some food, go outside, do something nice for yourself because you deserve it. And if that nice thing is just sitting inside quietly, that's fine too. You don't have to go out and do things and be around people. Do what's right for you to take care of yourself. We love you, and we'll see you next time.
Love you. Bye. Mwah.